There it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. We are almost done with the year, but if you know what we've been doing on Thursdays, we got another live watch list, and now tomorrow, tomorrow is the final day of the long-awaited week of volatility. Now, we were talking about it yesterday. I hope you were prepared after Microsoft earnings. We were looking at the market teetering over the edge, and we were talking about the impact, but now finally you see why the volatility was up. So this move today, it was down almost 3% on the NASDAQ, almost 2% on the S&P. Remember, this year we went almost, like 6-7 months or maybe even a year without a 2% down day on the SPY. So it was pretty big. We had big earnings after the bell. That's why you have the title. And Apple didn't do too hot. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But the saving grace of earnings, it was Amazon and then Google the other day. They did pretty well. But we are finally moving tomorrow morning. We get the non-farm payrolls, and yes, I'm going to tell you right now, if you do not know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open, youtube.com/the stock market. Listen, man, it's like the Joe Rogan podcast, bro. You gotta type it in. I don't know if you're going to find that you do the stock market/live, and it will take you there. So get ready for that. We will be live 1 extra hour early, and there's something big about the non-farms. The range that people are expecting is absolutely wild. Now, will it change a lot of things? That's what we're going to talk about here today. But then before you know it, we wrap up the week, and then it is the election in 2 days after the weekend. That's it. You get the weekend, and then we're good to go. So, Chattadonia, I hope you're ready. I got the plays, the keys, all that good stuff. What I need from you, a thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. I already told you about the live stream. So let me say what's up to the chat, baby. Oh, happy Halloween. What's going on? Good evening, baby. How we living, Laurie? What's going on, Tim Whitman, Kurt McGirt, Brian Fierro, Zanzil, Chris, Tim, Stamato. What's going on? How we living, James Cass? Dr. James Cass. Oh, Johnny Stalin's in the house, baby. How we living? What up, Zoraj? Oh, my goodness. Brandon. Jared, Wood, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Tilo, Hot Water. Whoa, Boom Bop. Tanner, Dos, Nick Reitz, baby. Was it Reitz? I got Reitz on my mind. I've been thinking about, I got Reitz on my mind. No, it's Halloween. It's Friday Junior. We're going to have some fun. What up, Theo? Josh, 2024, man, I don't even know. I'm long-term 2024, 2028, 2032, 2036, 2040. You know what I'm saying? Long-term's crazy, man. You know that? So I hope you guys are ready to go, though, but we have an exciting day. So are you guys ready? We're going to have some fun afterwards. I don't know. I swear there has to be a rally by the time I end, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, but right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, I already gave you a little bit of a teaser. Earnings. This was the big deal. We were talking about it yesterday, and we were saying, hey, man, no events are moving anything. Even last night, you had a hawkish Bank of Japan, surprisingly. We may even get a surpriser overnight here again, but even though you had the yen going up, our bonds were pretty stable, and we did our own thing. It seems like the only thing that has been able to move us ahead of the election, it has been these mega cap earnings. Why? Because 7 companies make up 30% of the index. So while you're scratching your head why the stock market's not moving or why it is, it's based on these names. And Microsoft and Meta, it showed us today. Boom. Right when they moved, we finally get a 3% or almost 3% move. So tomorrow, Apple is down. They didn't do too hot. They beat on iPhone sales, but they warned about China, and it was just kind of mediocre. Their services was bad, but they didn't give any bad guidance. They said that it was going to bounce up, so they're fairly optimistic, but if anything, I think this was a neutral or negative one. All that matters, though, is if Apple moves. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is if Apple makes a 4, 5, 6% move, anything bigger than like 5 or 6, really, you are going to feel it in the market. And then on the other side, Amazon did good. So they beat on almost every single metric. And then their guidance, they didn't give any downside guidance related to cloud. If anything, growth is good. I think it's at like 19% year over year. And then they're finally forecasting some higher numbers. They talked about AI. They did talk about price sensitive consumers, but if anything, AI was stable. And I said it while we were watching the earnings after the bell, just keep in mind when you're looking at all these earnings, it's not like even if Apple was a little rocky, just like we saw with Microsoft yesterday, what does this say about the economy? You're not really watching anything major, even though we're cutting rates and all these other things. I mean, everything is, I don't sound in resilient. Oh, I hate to say it. I know. But you're getting some cues. And so far, remember I was telling you guys, you could use this earnings season to get an idea of what's going on, and whether it's guidance or the actual reports, this actually hasn't really been that bad. So that was the first thing. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I hope you guys are picking up on the major theme so far. Nothing major is the conclusion. We still are going to get a couple hundred other companies, and then you're going to hear from like NVIDIA and like one or two other big names that are still kind of large. But when it's all said and done, there hasn't been a grim reaper. If anything, you've only had upside surprises. There has been a couple of downside surprises like Estee Lauder today, but these are names that were already doing bad. It's not as if this caught the market off surprise. And again, beyond the major mega caps, it's not making investors rush to any exits. So we'll see. People wanted to get a little bearish. We were talking about how yesterday, again, how Microsoft could move us, and we got it. You do got to watch the earnings effect tomorrow with these names, but unless you get a major jobs report, like we're saying, so far, nothing wants to move ahead of the election. So now that we got Apple and Amazon on the way, if the Mag 7 and these big names aren't moving with the tide, then there's nothing to get bearish about unless tomorrow is wild with the jobs report. So now that brings us into our second key. Tomorrow is the non-farm payrolls. And, oh, man, I'm going to show you the range. It's absolutely wild what people are expecting, but here's the deal. I don't even think the number matters that much. I've heard a lot of theories so far about people saying how it can affect us or not, but I think the real major thing you guys got to be looking at right here, right now, it is whether or not the non-farm payrolls can change the rate cut odds. I brought this up yesterday. I brought this up on stream as well today, and you got to, dude, in 6 days, the Fed is expected to cut rates again. Right now, the odds are almost a pure certainty, like a absolute pure certainty that they will be cutting at least a quarter next week. So you got to really think about that. That's why I'm saying, like, hey, when you're looking at it, you know, this is pretty interesting because so far, let me go back to the keys. You have had so many things happen. Even today, the PCE was hot. We've even got a hot ADP the other day, even though the JOLTS was bad. You've been getting a lot of hot inflationary data. Again, I even think retail spending and wages all went up. And PCE, it was like the highest in like maybe I think since March. So all of these things went up. And then again, you're watching the bonds get absolutely blown out, right? But in the meantime, we are still expecting rate cuts in 6 days. So that's what you got to keep in mind here, and that's why tomorrow, as far as the expectation now and what we're going to be looking for, the number, obviously everyone's going to be watching it. We're going to be there in the AM, but what really matters is whether or not it will actually be enough to change the narrative and change the rate cut odds. But now here's the deal. Remember, the last jobs report was a blowout out of nowhere. And that was, again, you can see how kind of low it was before. Kind of go look at the job openings too, because we've seen the revisions up and then all of a sudden it comes down. So tomorrow, people are going to be blaming the hurricane and all those other effects. But last one was 254. And now here's the kicker. That consensus is 113, but the forecast is 180. This is pretty much average and median. So, and then some people have official, or again, the more economist official forecast, but fact of the matter is there is a huge range. I want to say one of the lower estimates is around 70,000 for tomorrow. And then you have estimates as high as like even 220, I believe. So fact of the matter is tomorrow, I mean, somebody's going to be off by like 50 to 70,000 jobs probably. So if that's a big surprise, that could have the ability to move us. But like I'm saying, it really, if everything is kind of in the middle and it's one of these, dude, I mean, just back and forth seesawing, and you get a number that's similar, it's not a major low number or like a huge beat that kills the bonds, then boom, all you got to worry about is the weekend and war headlines. Again, even today, it caused oil to spike. It was actually wild because came out of nowhere, and we talked about this. That's why I told you guys with the oil plays, but out of nowhere today, which one was it? It was gold, oil. You could see right here, oil took like a $2 or $1.30 spike, and then even the bonds got a little bit, but they didn't react as much. They were more pinned to equities, and then gold started going up around the same time. And why? Because Iran said that they are planning a major retaliation. So remember, oil's been dropping, and it's been going, oh my gosh, peace talks. Oh, they only struck this. But like I told you guys, the price movement was there, but I don't think the whole entire situation has necessarily died down. I think everybody was trying to get their last licks in before the election, but now it looks like Iran, some people are even saying they might strike right before, but that's going to move some things around. You're going to hear the back and forth. I mean, it's a tragedy that we are so used to it, but fact of the matter is, though, we're going to see how all of this stuff plays tomorrow, and then, again, any of this data, man, if it does change anything, we'll see. But other than that, you just got to survive the weekend. Then Monday and Tuesday, things are going to like really, really chill out as everybody is in election mode, like actual. But then now, here's the kicker, my friends. I'm so sad at this. I hate this, you guys. I really, really do. This is terrible. It's terrible because I told you at the beginning of the week, and it's sad that how much it's been. I'm just going to stop saying shit. I need to stop putting things out in the universe, man. I hate it. Contested election. So, unfortunately, this is something we are going to have to look at. Remember, I was telling you guys, put your politics aside. I know I am biased as of the last couple of months. I voted. I have my opinion. But the fact of the matter is, I was telling you for the market's sake, literally the last time we had a contested election in 2000 that people are kind of expecting is going to happen now, you saw the markets drop like 7 to 10% in like a 2-week period. So it was not good for markets. And I brought this idea up on Sunday leading into the beginning of the week, but sadly, people are talking about this a lot more on both sides. I know some people are saying, what are they saying? They're saying, oh, Trump supporters are getting ready for it. But I've heard, again, go listen to Bloomberg. There's been at least like 3 or 4 people in the finance world on the left side who have talked about contested elections being a factor. And I brought up the gambling odds with Robinhood the other day. But now here's the deal. They now have odds on a contested election or the day it gets certified. You can now bet on that. That didn't exist up until the last like 48 hours, I believe. Yes. So things are moving in that. Again, the betting odds are based on the contested on when it gets certified by January, at least on Robinhood. Now you have people straight making markets for the date itself. So unless it's an absolute blowout, unless Trump flips California and some other places, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's like a crazy blowout and there's no way you get into the whole recount debate or any of that, then we'll see. And again, I encourage you, we went over it. If you don't know the history with contested elections, I had a whole thing that I went over today. But the last time you had it technically, the irony is that 2020 was the last contested election you have. If you go and like search it, it's the last contested election you have, but it's the only contested election where they say it's a conspiracy theory. So that's the interesting part. And don't get mad at me for saying this. I'm going off of the Wikipedia page. We went over this today because there was 2020. The one that I think we're dealing with more likely right now is going to be the 2000 contested election. But prior to that, the only other times you had contested elections, it was literally 1960, 1912, 1876, and 1824. So this is a fairly broad, like a fairly rare event. Even then, if you think Kamala won't certify it, guess what? In the year 2000, George Bush, Al Gore was the vice president. So it's exactly like the situation we have now, believe it or not. So even Al Gore, he was the one who decided to step down and concede. So a little bit of a history fun fact with all of it, but that's why I'm telling you here, we're going to see, but even, leave the politics aside. I'm telling you, the money is talking about this. I'm saying the word on Wall Street, People are grumbling about it. They're making betting lines. The betting payouts are based on it. All I'm saying is whatever you want to say about it, there's at least a huge money factor that's kind of swirling around this idea of a 2000-esque contested election. So we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, Chattadonia, tomorrow we get data. We get the final earnings reaction. We'll see if Amazon or Apple takes over. But then you get to the weekend and then 2 days till the election. And that's it, man. And then the market will be free to move, man. So I hope you're ready. But now, let us get into the plays. So, trick or treat. You want the plays or not? How do you want to do this? It's Halloween. Did you guys you have to dress up like your favorite stock? Like I dressed up like a piece of shit. Oh, I'm Intel. Oh, I'm just kidding. They did good today. We'll talk about that. But trick or treat. Trick or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. Is that the rhyme? I don't know, man. I got beat for celebrating Halloween. I have so much Halloween trauma. I grew up in a highly conservative Middle Eastern household, bro. Are you kidding me? It's crazy because you guys, I'm like Joe Biden. I tell this story every year. I really am fully Biden. I'm gonna tell you guys again. I know, but the irony or the effed up part about it all is my mom. She likes Halloween now. Like she's like, oh, the kids, they so sweet. Oh no, it's no, just they so. I'm like, are you, man? So yeah. You dressed up as a blue pill from Abivai. They don't make. I think you're thinking of Pfizer. I think I know where this joke is going. So that being said, let us get into that. I think I already did. I'm sorry. I'm excited. It's Halloween. Play number 1, man. Apple and Amazon, easy. Like I told you guys, it sucks too though. If you were there this morning, and I hope you guys listen, man. So again, I don't know, because like I've been playing my plays small. I need to not gamble as much, but I've been telling y'all some good things, man, because there was some crazy MO move today, and we were talking through the option chain live. So if you're interested in that, make sure you're there in the morning following these post earnings, because there's definitely some live call outs you could hear. But Microsoft and Meta, those were the major ones. And definitely, if you didn't look it up, I showed this on stream today. Dude, go and look at how Microsoft and Meta played out. So, like, for real, if you are going to be going after all of these, why don't you have an option chain, Microsoft? What do you mean? But if you're going to be going after any of these post earnings, like, I want you to go look at how the contracts moved. I want you to see how they moved in the morning and how they moved intraday. Like, I hope you see this. Believe it or not, there's contracts on Meta. These were, like, near the money. They gapped down, bro. These are puts. The stock dropped 4% today, and then they gapped down, and then you lost money pretty much. You see what I'm saying? And look at how they moved, and look at how they opened up. Again, Microsoft was a little bit better. They're the ones that kind of moved outside of the range. And again, these names are going to have the pull on the market. The market is not going to move, and at least the SPY and the broad indexes, without any of them. So, I mean, I think we had solid evidence of that today. But watch out for them, because, again, I think there's 2 opportunities. Either Apple, again, if they fall and break levels just like Microsoft, it could tumble a little bit more. But you want to really, at this point, it's not really about Apple. It's about Apple continuing the downside. So I'm not saying this is going to happen tomorrow, but this is what I'm going to kind of, I'm looking for 2 outcomes off of the morning. It's either we're going to continue the downside, and that's going to happen through Apple bringing things down, and then that keeps going, and then Microsoft keeps selling off, then Meta comes down a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? And then before you know it, all of your big names are getting dragged down. And then the other one would be Amazon just lifts off, Apple stays stable, and then Microsoft and the rest of the guys stabilize as well. They kind of bounce, and then if Amazon does take off, that'll be a good one. If Amazon flips from the open too, that could be another one. So either way, I think Apple and Amazon, and then again, the tie-in to Microsoft, Google, and all of that, I would definitely be watching that tomorrow. And again, take a look at Microsoft and Meta contracts and get a cue of how they moved. Again, these are like high premiums, all inline moves. these aren't 2 standard deviations. You know what I'm saying? So keep your eyes out for that. But that is play number 1. Then play number 2, Estee Lauder. So I'm putting this here because so many people ask me about this. So you guys could send them here tomorrow. But Estee Lauder, oh my God. No! Oh, makeup! But yeah, we talked about this the other day, and I was telling you, I didn't like it as much, and it was something I've watched, but I never really pulled the trigger, and I kind of liked Ulta a lot better because they were still at like a high PE and a huge market cap. Well, they got killed. This was one of their worst days ever in history. They cut the dividend. They're still paying a dividend, but they lowered it. They missed. They removed their full year 25 guidance because of the new CEO, and then they warned on China sales. So it was like literally every bad possible thing could happen. It was down like 29 or 30% at one point. It closed like I think 20, but a pretty bad day. I mean, the market cap is now down to 20 billion. It was like 60 billion when I showed you guys last. So I would eye it for the long term, but they just had a bunch of bad news all at once. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, if you just got out of a relationship, I wouldn't advise you to get into, they need to heal a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm saying, maybe I'm starting to sound like white guys for Harris, but you get the idea. It's just, again, even like Intel, I let that one cool off for a little bit. Again, we went up and then it went down. Even PayPal, we'll let the news kind of stabilize. But again, if you really insist, I don't think it's a bad place to start. And now the valuation is coming down more. There's a lot more room that you could get off from it. But and then another thing is that if China does get aggressive, remember there's going to be a meeting, they could really, really move off of it. But again, new CEO and other things, it may take a couple of quarters for the turnaround. So let it kind of develop, let it play out. But is it on the list for the long term? Yeah, I have never bought it. I will eye it, but I have a deposit that comes in tomorrow. I'm not buying this thing tomorrow. Maybe if it drops another 20%, I'll buy it, just like Humana. You guys get what I'm saying? It literally reminds me of Humana, kind of, because now it's down and it's doing what I want it to do, but I'm still, waiting, and there's still other names out there, and I do want to build a little bit of cash, but if it goes down another 20%, then maybe I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? If it gets like so insane, then yeah, I'm down with it. But for now, it's getting in the zone. We're eyeing it, but I wouldn't pull the trigger unless you really insist on it and it meets there. Because again, there's other opportunities. And like I said, Ulta is smaller than Estee Lauder. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I would rather, in a weird way, and as for the sake of quality, I would prefer Ulta rather than Estee Lauder. Yeah, look at that. Estee Lauder is $24 billion. 64 PE after today, which again, it's a little bit better because given how much the price dropped. But Ulta, man, this is a 14 PE, $17 billion market cap. And I love Ulta way better. They're like similar, but not really. We had a good discussion about that because one of them is like the manufacturer, one is like the retail store. But if you wanted that women's demographic in that industry, I mean, I would take Ulta low key. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really insist, I mean, why not just go top tick Ulta instead of buying Estee Lauder? But again, Estee Lauder is in the dumps. You're getting it in the absolute bargain bin now at this point, so that's what could help you. But then again, Estee Lauder, it has a lot of negative momentum, so it may take some time to turn around. So that's where I stand on that one. We'll see where it takes us, though, but I definitely think this one's going to get talked about a lot depending on how it moves. And, again, the China stuff that we're going to be getting next week as well. But that is play number 2. And then finally, play number 3, baby. Pat the Rat, Intel. So, yeah, they had good news with their earnings. It was better than expected. They reported some other stuffs related to loss. And I don't know. I don't know if I could chop up the audio, but I listened to the transcript and everything, and just here's the deal, man. It sounds really good. It was really good talk, but in reality, it's all just optimism at this point. So did the earnings beat? Yes. Did Pat Gelsinger and Intel talk about a lot of plans and restructuring and say they said the right things, saving money, talking about even how they could focus now just on the financing and that it sounds like they're done with the money burning stage. But dude, I mean, Intel, I don't want to tell you this, man. Are you ready? Do you guys want me to tell you this? And again, they're optimistic, but remember, they're underperforming. It's bad, bro. It's bad. Are you ready? You know, like the whole like AI chip space that everybody's like competing for. So Intel's like Gaudi 3 and all these new things they're doing, they are struggling, and they even said they can't meet the $500 million a year target on that, right? Yeah, man. AMD, they just guided for $5 billion in the same exact chip. And I think NVIDIA's at like 80 or 100 billion or something stupid. So, yeah, they're really far behind. So again, the fact that they're in the industry, that's good, but they are they're lagging really hard. So like I'm saying though, they're saying now we can focus on sales. We're cleaning up about that. It sounds good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I liked what I saw. I like what I read, and now there's optimism. But again, Pat the Rat already did this to us. That's what I'm saying. I've seen Pat the Rat bring this thing up from like $20-something to $40, complaining about this, talking about all of this, doing events, and then whoop. So that's the thing. I do. I like it a lot better in the long term. But that's why I'm saying though, it's gonna still be a little bit choppier. But tomorrow, I think it's either going to hold up and then die and fade real quick, or just going to squeeze. But it's moving how it has characteristically for earnings. It's priced at where it's at. It's moving at that level. Sometimes it'll do the pop, and then it'll either just like really continue and fill that gap, or you're just going to come back and then wait till the chip space or they get news. Again, that Amazon news that they have was good. I honestly think that's one of the best catalysts that they have gotten in a while. And honestly, they said, Pat said they don't want to separate the business. They talked about like spinning off some other things, but I mean, someone brought it up today. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if activists maybe step in, but Amazon, dude, that deal is big. I'm sure Amazon would even get a part of it, if anything. So we'll see. But your friend at Intel, he says that the company's doing so poorly, he might be let go. Oh, yeah, dude. No, Pat even talked about it. They're firing like 16,000 people. He even talked about it too. Believe it or not, are you ready? Pat has not gotten a single dollar from the CHIPS Act yet. So even though there's like $5 billion that's earmarked for Intel, not a single dollar. I don't know where imagine Yellen selling all of these bonds. Imagine all this money, but they're not even like paying people out on the CHIPS Act yet. So it's bipartisan. He talks about that. They got it approved, but they have not given him the money. He has not drawn on that money that they entitled him to. So very, very interesting. But either way, it's a good story. Again, I kind of like it more for the long term. And then as far as tomorrow, we'll see. Again, long term, it doesn't pay a dividend, but maybe this could be a growth stock. But then again, it may take another year. I'm not lying to you. Intel may take another year before it gets into like crazy, maybe it recovers its loss mode. And like I'm saying, I think just Gaudi is behind. I like that they're in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully Intel could get back to superior manufacturing. But at the end of the day, I mean, if they are, and if they're going to start making a run at this AI shit, I don't think until like 2026, man. Like that's and honestly, it kind of reminds me of Micron in 2014, 2015. So I don't know if you guys know. That's what happened with Micron. Because again, Micron, they had a crazy margin back in the day. Micron was kind of like NVIDIA. It was the hedge fund hotel. Everybody loved it. But does anybody remember this? Where my old mother effers at? That's me too. Let me pull up the 20-year. Yeah, it was right here. So Micron, they had a big run, right? It went up to like $30 at the time, but they dropped. They went back down to $9. But they recovered in like a year and a half, I think, or 2 years. But they were the same thing. Their margin got murdered. They lost money. I mean, I don't think they had competition at the time, but it wasn't AI. It was just different chip competition. But they were, and now look at them, So I'm hoping Amazon could do that. But or Amazon Intel, but like I'm saying, it may take another year. So if anything, I like Intel still, but my time frame is much more broad. But we'll see. Hopefully, if Pat speeds this up, maybe I'll call him Pat the cat, Pat and the cat. No, okay, I don't know. But that is play number 3, and then that's it. The final plays that I made today, man. I sold my Intel contracts before. Again, I have those shares. I'm still murdered on them, but this helped a little bit, but we got a long way to go. But then I sold Intel, the options. Remember, I made that play like 2 weeks ago. I made like $20. The calls went up 30%, and then the puts went down 20. So I'm glad I sold it because even though it popped, I had like I had a $29 call. Pat with the gat. All right, we'll take that. But got out of that, and then I grabbed Merck December. Again, I'm trying to keep them small on both earnings continuation and even plays with like deep value. But this was earnings. Merck did good. They sold off, and I thought it could bounce. I grabbed the December 125s. I grabbed 2 of them for 8 cents, $16 grand total, and then I grabbed one. I didn't think this one got filled. It was trying to snake it. There was news that OpenAI came out with a search engine and that they're already rolling it out. So again, we heard that from Meta and now OpenAI. I don't know. Google was one of the best earnings so far this quarter, but dude, they're like making a move. That's it, man. It's been a while since Mother Efforts tried to challenge Google's dominance, but they're doing it. I hope you guys realize that. It's happening now. So I got a small play. I'm not as confident of how this is going to play out the stock, obviously, with my $12 put, but in broader theory, it definitely, the tide is turning where, these companies, again, Microsoft wants a piece, and everybody else now, even Meta, they want to get into the search engine, and especially with AI and the new adoption and people are willing to adopt new things, I think it's quite compelling. So we will see, but that's all I did. Other than that, man, long term, it was a great day for the long term. And the other play, man, we had a killer call out on MO because, again, they were only pricing in 3%, but I was just saying it in the morning. The stock was only at 51. I was like, dude, the earnings was killer. Literally, they beat on everything. Their ON, their Zin competitor, literally 46% on the year. And look, it has the same move as Philip Morris. That's what I was saying. It was down in the morning. It was only at like 51 or 51-ish. That's why we were like, yeah, it could probably replicate this because they did just as good. But I thought they were expensive. The spreads were wild. I didn't get a play, but some of you did, and it killed it. But I don't know. I'm in a weird way. This might be the best play for the long term of the year. I don't know, man, because I love it. I'm telling you, man, we're in a popular industry that's growing, even though it's like old. Our last purchase is like a 10 or a 9 point something dividend, man. But it's going to be good. And usually around this time, if MO is going to do bad and give up its gains, it usually sells off this quarter. So to come into the end of the year with this strength on it, very, very good. And then again, we had Abivi yesterday. So even though today was bad for the NASDAQ, our long term did not really get clapped. And then watch out for that Abivi breakout as well. But other than that, we'll see where things take us. But Chad, do you have any questions? Actually, I need to go get a water. So if you have any questions, post them in the chat. And when I get back, I'll go through the chat. Okay? I'll be right back. I seen fire, I seen dark, I seen light, I seen pain, I seen fight. No, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it, man. I got it quick. I just needed some water, man. I needed some water. What we got? What questions we got? Oh, my workout was great, dude. I did it, man. Even after leg day, bro. I was absolutely dead. I got a great chest workout in, man. You got MO at 39. Good work. What does Intel not receiving mean for the Fed? Nothing. Nothing for they're going to get the money, but it's just, probably costing them overhead in the meantime. How to get E. coli? Oh, be careful. E. coli kind of tainted. You got one of the like super crypto chads who like really knows crypto. He's just going back and forth like low key kind of controlling the supply. So just be mindful. But yeah, I think I still have my E. coli. I haven't sold anything. I haven't done anything with it. But yeah, be careful on that. You'll get that song in your roto. Don't worry. The beat does go hard. Shout out to Long Term. We gonna run? No, I don't run in the morning. Is Intel in jeopardy of being delisted? Possibly. Honestly, if this little sentiment turnaround effort fails, then yeah. Oh, thoughts on defend? Yo, I actually like that, bro, because what was it? The news today with Iran, dude, LMT, man, and it kind of sold. Here's the deal: LMT and RTX. If you get a major war headline and you got a contract, they're gonna go crazy. Otherwise, you're gonna lose all your money because they still got premium baked into it. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I like the idea, but you're literally betting on like gray swan, black swan war news. But if it hits, those will go crazy. So defend, remember, we played defend with shares, and I don't think defend is that crazy. Yeah, they did go crazy in 2020, but like, much, much different value from where we're at now. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the crazier part. Honestly, that's weird that it's cheaper, but like don't LMT and RTX. I think RTX is the one that's lower. So maybe RTX, but even then, like LMT is really, really high. RTX, it's high off. No, yeah, they rebounded. Oh my gosh. Yeah, remember we flipped that. But I like the idea. My way to play that is cheap oil. Oil at $66 and below. Just grab a small contract and hold. Again, make sure you get time. I'm still holding that January oil. Again, it went right back up. So I like it. It's nice. Yen weakening. Yeah, yen is getting clobbered. Is the wire up? So if there's anything Japan related, you'll get it in red. So we'll see. Microsoft at 400. Oh, I love Microsoft, but I don't love Bill Gates. But I think it's expensive, man. So if you want the top tick and you want to justify a higher price name and it works in your portfolio, I mean, by all means. But this, like I said, my principle for really since 2023, I don't want to buy anything that is up a lot on the year. It's one thing if it's up in the last couple of years, that still turns me off. However, if it has a premium on the year, I don't want it. I refuse, actually. I don't think I've bought anything that was higher than what it was at the beginning of this year or at the end of last year, pretty much. I don't want any premium. No premium. So, like I'm saying, if you have other names and it works in your portfolio, because again, the risk right now, I mean, you're getting rate cuts and a lot of things. I mean, can the market turbocharge with AI and a lot of things? Yeah, but I mean, at these prices too, though, you're going to expose yourself to 15% risk to go back to the beginning of the year. So, like, to give you an idea, if you just get back to where we started this year, Microsoft, you'll be down 30%. And Apple's up 38% in the last 12 months. So not this year, that's from November, but almost at this point. And again, because we made a lot of pickups there, but I don't like that. That's what I'm saying with a lot of these are great names though. So if you need quality, you're just starting out. And again, if you go small, who gives a shit? Again, if you keep it small and you're gonna work your way into it, and you really are gonna stick with the average, then like I'm saying, by all means, you could find a way to make it work. But I do think there's better value in some of the value names, or again, stuff like Ulta, like I was talking about. They're up on the last couple of years. They're again in my other portfolio. Where is it? We bought it in like 2020. Where's Ulti? Yeah, we're still up 58%. Not bad. It was up a lot more, but like it's down on the year. Still kind of elevated after their little run, but like that's something I could get behind. Or like I want NVO, I want Ozempic. That's mine. As I mentioned, RTX, it goes pop. I mean, the market's closed. You're getting, dude, that's it. My theory after seeing all of this crypto stuff, I really think Sam Bankman was the test. All of the crypto nonsense. I think that's why they're doing the 22-hour trading. I swear all of these like after-hour trading things, they're just running like liquidity pools, like crypto. It's actually kind of mind-blowing. Like, it actually makes a lot of sense. I don't know if you've ever seen how it works. It's kind of a trip, but I'm definitely, that's why I'm like, because I don't like this after hours or the Robinhood trading and all that. So that's why I'm like, it's, it is a weirder set of like data, and like, how I don't know how it even reflects in the morning. It's not even dark pool action. It's just, again, like, it's just designed, money in, money out, and its algorithms that, how it sets the price and if people want to buy at any time. It just allows there to be money always available, and then probably shares of whatever the asset is. It's actually crazy. Of B booking, that's the thing. I think it's one step above B booking. I think you're making the trade, but how you're doing it is just, it's off of a liquidity pool. I think I think a lot of the after hours trading mechanisms, even some of the during hours, I think they adopted a lot of things from crypto after playing with that coin for a couple of days and seeing how that because again, that coin always has a bid. You don't think that's weird? It's even if you could invent something in a second, and you could put liquidity in it and have these algos operate, and you could make sure there's always liquidity. It's insane. It's actually insanity. Remember when we got 0 days? Well, I don't even know 0 days. That's again, I don't know how that works with the liquidity side, but very, very interesting as far as the after hours pricing. So be on the lookout for that. That's not how option chain works. No, it's not supposed to. That's why there's all these. Well, the prop firms just, they give you a paper trading account. I don't know if I still have this screenshot. Just make sure, like, go read like the terms and agreement. Like, I saw a prop fund that like kept getting advertised, and then I clicked on it and I went to the terms and conditions. And then if you go and you like read it, it literally says this is a simulation. So that's it. A lot of the prop firms now, I'm telling you, like, a lot of them do it. They think they just base out of the Caymans, and then all it is a trading platform. They just make their own trading platform. You put money in, and you're making fake trades. If you win, they give you money. If you lose, they keep it. They're your bookie for trades. It's wild. It's very, very wild. But they literally explicitly state it that it is simulated. It's not live. No transactions are ever actually executed. We crashing tomorrow? Well, Apple's already down. I think it'll depend on if Amazon loses some of this steam. I think that will be a bigger effect. But if Amazon flips and then Apple just even stays down, you could probably get another 2%. You know what I'm saying? Scamming with no shame. Yeah, I mean, that's the prop firms. And then you have Pat the Rat. And then you have Wall Street. There's different levels, man. Different levels of scams. They got nothing on Wall Street. But that's why you get the long term. You guys know that? Like, do you guys understand that you're long, like, I don't want to turn into Alex Jones, but like, Wall Street hates the long term. Find out why your broker hates the long term. Brokers don't want you to learn this one trick. Brought to you by AG1. New long-term vitamins. Take your vitamin long-term today. Let's see. Well, we could start. But, like, dude. Like, you guys get it, though, right? Because think about it. You buy one time. You're not moving money around. You're just owning and holding. If you don't use leverage, no big move could ever rob you of your position and liquidate you. Think about it. So I'm saying, I mean, it's so crazy how simple and passive. But at the end of the day, man, just don't forget, in a world where there is a lot of scams, but the market has always promised slow and steady. It's not fast. It's not like crazy. I mean, this year was kind of fast in some ways, but just that is something where, less opportunity for people to, take advantage of you there. Is, the less you move, keeping it 10-year plan, not being so reactionary, making a plan before you buy, and then giving yourself time. I mean, yallah. It goes a long way, man. It goes a long way. So, shout out the long term, baby, and God bless America. Stand beside her and guide her to the long with the time with the yield. So yeah, richest man, baby, long term. Anything good play around NVIDIA? I think at this point, pre-earnings on NVIDIA. I mean, obviously NVIDIA, all eyes will be on if they could keep up the movement, but it is kind of wild, when it's all said and done. It's just like we saw with Meta and Microsoft. They run the chance where they're like, they do good, really good, but then everybody, again, just like yesterday, everybody's already long. But I think the pre-earnings will be good. I think ARM will be an exciting one too. And then, but at this point too, the market is going to respond less to earnings. I think we are going to move back into this, you'll get these earnings names, but at this point now will be data, rate cuts, and then the election. But besides NVIDIA, I don't even think anything will have too big of a drag or pull on or push on the market. What am I going to do after year 10? Probably rebalance it. Maybe we'll turn it into a house, but if I do, I'll just buy a house and I'll keep it because everyone loves the long term, man. I don't think you guys ever want me to sell it. I would be down to sell it for a house. I don't think you guys understand. I'm a sicko. I love real estate, and that's why I tell you all to do it. I will, because that'd be my trophy. You see what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh, I built a long term for YouTube. We made everybody rich. 10 years. Give me a trophy. House. Boom. That's what I've been doing. You always get a trophy, bro. Always get a trophy, man. Am I done for the year? I mean, I've completed a lot. I mean, my taxes and preparations and all of that. I mean, I did tax loss stuff a little bit ahead of time when I went cash. I got to take advantage of things, so pretty much done. But I don't really have anything I don't know as far as making moves. I might add to the long term. I might not. It just depends on if we get any wicked moves. You'll buy your 3-unit in Chicago. So I'm down, but I told homie today in the stream, I was like, listen, man, I will buy your house, but I don't know. Have you ever seen the show Pawn Stars? I'm like that guy. I'll be like, the best I could do is 70 cents on the dollar. So if it doesn't need work or you don't need a special deal or you just don't want to sell it to Josh because you love me, you'd be better off probably listing it. You could always email me and I could tell you what I think it's worth, and we have people all around the nation, so I could always refer you to somebody and tell you what I think. But if you really want me to buy it, I mean, my offers usually start 70 cents on the dollar. All you got to do. How to attend LA riots. Are they rioting? Dude, that's crazy, bro. There was a riot. If they're rioting in LA, there was a shooter at SDSU. Did you guys know that? I saw that come up on my San Diego thing. I was like, what? There was literally a shooter at San Diego State an hour ago? 2 hours ago? But that's crazy if they riot. I don't want to be in LA if they riot. Dude, even the COVID riots were scary, bro. Dude took 250 grand of shoes from the shoe store. Well, that's absurd. That's crazy. There's that many. What's it called? That many shoes. It was Dodgers fans. I mean, why wasn't it Trump? I blame Trump. You guys are dumb. Anything ever happens, you could just blame Trump. That's it. My girlfriend, I didn't take out the trash. I was at her house and she wanted me to take out the trash. I was like, Trump, fascism. I was scared. I didn't want to go outside. You blame Trump for anything. They won in the rioting. I know. Wait. Yeah. I'd be so mad if you guys hit like a TLT and then you just started destroying shit. I'd be like, no, that's not what we. What? I mean, some of you kind of did that. Now that I think about it, I guess. Trump is the new supply chain. Oh, dude, I love the supply chain excuse while it lasted. You have no idea, bro. I was telling homeowner associations all across the U.S. Supply chain. That's it, man. Well, I was shopping for good deals. I was waiting. I was just supply chain. I'm sorry, supply chain. Supply chain. It's sad though. This is why like some things are going how they're going. Because like I told you, that was my joke. I swear to you, I think like if you were in between the ages of like 16 and 21, like this was in 2021, so like 3 years ago. You're older now, but 3 years ago, if you were between the ages of 16 and 21, and anybody told you supply chain as a reason why something was more expensive, you had no problem accepting it. You were like, yeah, okay. Every young guy I've ever encountered during that period, that's it. I'd be like, yeah, sorry, man. I got to charge you 10 times more for the same work. They're like, why? The supply chain, they're like, oh, okay, makes sense. My bad. Yeah, makes sense. They're like, brand new Kia Sorento, all new, affordable, cheap vehicle, starting at $59,000. What? Hey, yo, I thought Kia's. Wait, what do you mean 59? Supply chain. Supply. Oh, does it have neon light? Yeah. Okay, I'm down. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. This is facts. You're 24 now. Yeah, you're like, damn. 3 years ago, I really was doing that. You're like, I really did agree, bro. You really like Uncle's new song? That's good, man. I didn't tell him today, but what if I told you? What if I told you there's another Remble track? So Uncle has that one, but then Uncle has another one. So it's great, man. I remember the COVID, the sanitizer price gouging. That was fun. It's kind of wild. Remble banned in LA. Is it because of Draco? I'm not involved in rap beef, man. I like the song sometimes. That's about as far as I could get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? You still got it on your keychain. I like it, dude. I'm telling you. I'm surprised that I haven't gotten, I don't want to even jinx it, from the gym, but like literally every time I get in my car, I hand sanitize now from the gym. And right when I get home, I shower. Like right away. I don't touch anything, and then that's it, bro. Did you get candy or chocolate? Yeah, my girlfriend, she's handing out candy. I said, that's it. But then she said she's going to a party. And then she said she's going to be back later. But then she told me to, I said I'm going to clean her house while she goes. Yeah. I'm voting for Kamala now. Kamala, actually, is how you say it. Stop saying that. Go with her? No, I'm just going to clean her house while I wait. Somebody will just drop her off, I'm sure. It's fine. Did you guys see that? That was the video. It was a video going around of like a college kid and like his girlfriend. He literally cleans his girlfriend's apartment while she goes out to parties. And I shed a tear. And I swear I saw like a reflection of Andrew Tate just bounding on the wall in the background. He was having a fucking aneurysm. He couldn't handle it. It was sad. Who do you think will win? I think Kamala's going to win. sadly. I think not enough people are voting, so Kamala is going to take it. Yeah. I saw a grown man cry for Kamala. You know that? So I haven't seen a grown man cry for Trump. Can some of y'all need to step it up, man. I watched some of the JD Vance stuff. We did it online or on stream this morning. I got 30, dude, I can't do it. I don't know how y'all, now granted, I know some of you listen to me for 7 hours, but like, we're fun. We talk to each other, like you're in the chat. I talk, but like, dude, I can't listen to a 3 hour fucking podcast, dude. I really do have ADD. I don't know if you guys notice. Even like 10 minutes in, I'm like, all right. I'm like, what's next? What's next, bro? That's it. What will do if she win? What in the Biden? What do you mean, Joseph? I don't talk much, fear the hammer. I mean, although I do have sympathy and I'm like, oh man, don't do that. That's good that that means you actually care about what you say. So, just I appreciate it, but you could talk, but don't say dumb shit. But yeah, if you ever need me, I got you. That's the benefit of you never ever trolled me in your life. If you ever need me, I mean, I will give you full attention and full seriousness of whatever. Don't check the chat list. Okay, but never mind. Thank you for that. Thank you for snitching on yourself on your own credit report. That's it. He's like getting a mortgage. He's like, hey, don't check the new car I just bought. But otherwise, you could use the old statement. The old statement's fine and it's good. So I'm scared I'm not going to get approved. I'm scared because I'm like, nah, man, you got good everything. But I'm scared of that. You're planning to start a long term from next year. How do I start? You start fucking today. What do you mean next year? Honestly, I'd get on it right now. October is a great time. When I started my long term for YouTube, it was in October. Crazy you give this info for free and some people report you out of nowhere. Yeah, man. I told you this story the other day in like 2020, 2021. I was telling the story of my parents because my parents were immigrants and they overstayed their visa at one point. So technically my parents were illegal immigrants. And I told this story on stream and somebody reported me to immigration. Like I was contacted by immigration within a few days. I was like, oh my gosh, that's insanity. So yeah, that was the best one. Mm-hmm. That's funny AF. It is, but it's kind of like, man, I feel bad for everybody involved. I'm like, really, homeboy really reported me for that, and then somebody had to like fucking contact me about it. Like, that's crazy. It's just all around sad situation. You write off the lawyer bill? I didn't. Nothing happened. What do you mean lawyer bills? What do you? They didn't deport me, dog. Calm down. Fucking, man, that's all right. Maybe y'all listening to Trump a little too much. Chill out. Relax, bro. So you're not from the USA? What the fuck's? Oh, man. All of my, this is the part where like 10% of the Trump supporters turn on me. They're like, what the fuck? What'd you say, Joshua? You're not a citizen. Huh? Well. Look what we have here now. Huh? Well, you can still vote for Trump or we're deporting you. Bro's illegal? No, I was born, dude. I was born in fucking San Diego, California. Say here, bro. I was born in the fucking liberal capital of the world, man. California. It's crazy. I didn't even think California was that cool. But like I told you, when I went to college, people like, you're from California? I'm like, yeah, you fucking, what's wrong with you? So yeah, you guys from Ohio, You guys might make me your king. I don't know. You guys trip out, bro. You trip out. They're like, you're from California. I don't know. Is it like that? I was in college a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Can my parents be deported? No. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? That's crazy. So, yeah, man. No, they're good, man. They won't even deport murderers. What the fuck is wrong? I love it, bro. I love it. It's a wild, dude. It's wild, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to have lawyers on salary. Yeah, for like they're not like trial lawyers, but yeah, and then I have a couple of for like other stuff, I have a couple of good friends. So I invested in some lawyers early on. I always do. That's why too, even with the real estate stuff. So I have a couple of good people who look out as well. But I mean, even in real estate, dude, lawyers for real estate, you'd be surprised. Even in some states, we need lawyers. You can't do it. They don't like even the agent side. It's a lot different. Mm-hmm. Do I add buy most of your long term stocks? I mean, you don't have to get what I get. You could use you don't have to copy it. I mean, I think it's a good model, but none of it is a recommendation. But you could go with names that you like know and use, but use the general principle and model. And then Roblox, I like it, but I only like it at like $40 and below. That's my entry price there. It sucks. I sold out of it, though, after it went up because, again, I averaged at some good prices. So I made a lot on covered calls and got a gain. I got rid of it with my going cash stuff. But I like it below 40. 635 people in the chat. How many voting for Trump? I don't know, but I'll tell you this. The 2000 contested election, it was over 500 votes in Florida. So understand, you all can have an impact. I'm telling you, this would be the election. I'm telling you, last year, 4 years ago, it was literally 10,000 votes, 30,000 votes. Bro, in Florida in the year 2000, it was 500 votes. That's insane, bro. Isn't that wild? 500 votes. Let's see. We got a lot of Trump supporters. We got one. I'm not for Trump. I'm rooting for him, but didn't vote. Why not? Are you not even allowed to? I've seen so many people. They're like, Trump. And then I'm like, wait, are you even American? And they're like, no. And I'm like, what the fuck? So that part's funny, too. There's like even mad influencers who are like not even American, dude. Because that's how my girlfriend is, bro. My girlfriend wore a MAGA hat, and then my sister was like, she was like, I can't even vote, and then my sister didn't care. You proudly voted anybody but Trump. All right, so you got a couple of non-Trumpers here. We got a lot Trump since 2016. You voted already. You can't vote. Don't be setting voting booths on fire. Yeah, that's not good. You voted RFK. Trump, baby. My heaviest lifts. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I could curl an ungodly amount. It's crazy. Like, I could legitimately curl 50s. Like, I rep the 40s now. Like, I actually be doing 40s, like 3 sets of 10, like hella fucking maneuverability. It's actually kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. Bro, so Republican, he deported himself. You rather see Trump because he was up every night watching the U.S.? Yeah, I mean, I think that's a part where, I wish some of the people who, like, really hated Trump, I wish they valued that aspect more because I really appreciate the transparency of a Donald Trump administration. And what I mean by that is they do press conferences. You actually hear him. He went live every day, bro. You saw Trump every day, the podcast, again, all the people on his team. Like, I feel like it'll be an opportunity to get one of the most, like, transparent looks at the government, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I wish I felt like I at one time that used to have universal value. I don't know. I felt like that, but now I don't know, because I don't know. It's not gonna be. I don't think Kamala is gonna be like. I think Kamala is probably gonna mimic Joe Biden in that sense of running there, run a poll. You want a pre-election poll? I mean, that's the thing. Donald Trump is gonna win every internet poll. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Kamala is still going to win. Because people don't actually fucking vote. They click on buttons. The only people, you got to be like hella motivated to vote, bro. I don't know. How do I do a poll? Oh, I'm not on the right account. On the right account. Mm-mm. Okay, let's see. So I put, who you voting for? Kamala, Trump, I'm not voting, and I'm not an American. Like, actually, though, like, no shade. Some of you might not be American. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not using like a political talking point. Like, are you, like, you're actually just like genuinely not a citizen, and, like, a citizen of another nation. You're scared to go to your voting place? Why? I went in, it was just a bunch of old ladies. They loved me. You're voting game day. You live in San Diego. That's good, man. Wait, why game day? Voting game day. It's not a game. It's the same. It counts the same, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Trump is always gonna win the online poll, but it doesn't matter. Can you put third party up? I think third party would probably go under I'm not voting. Because that's what's going to happen. All of those third party, that, again, if the last contested election was 500 votes, I mean, that's what happens. Do this every day on stream till election. We could, but again, Trump is going to win every poll. Every online, it's obvious, but he will still lose. Joe Biden did not even campaign, and he won. Like, unless nobody votes, I'm telling you, there is really a huge disconnect between people who vote and people who talk about voting. Even half of the people who, like, get hella worked up with me, they ain't gonna fucking vote. Bro, I just voted one time in my whole entire life. They don't feel me, bro. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. When is the official cult token? I might not drop one. I don't like the idea anymore. After testing it with 3 days, it's too shady, bro. Like, it just, or I have to hella control it more, but it's too, like, there's such a knowledge gap. Like, imagine how many of you don't know how to do it, right? But then imagine me, and then I still don't know like 70% of it. There's still so much more. So I'm very vulnerable to a lack of education, to be honest with you. That's why I'm saying it's like, like, remember I told you it doesn't matter if you trust me or not, because you remember what I told you with like real estate. Like, I don't know how to fucking do floors, but I know how it's done. I don't know how to do plumbing, but I know what's kind of happening. Do you get what I'm saying? I cannot build a house, but I know what gets into it. So that's what I'm saying. There's the crypto world. I don't know if I could say the same. I know a lot of it, but there's a lot of things that are still like, you know, it just even if I had a good team around me, I wouldn't know what the fuck they were doing. There's too much unknown. So for now, I'm still trying to let me work around a couple of things, but so far the test has taught me a lot, and the test has made me not want to do it. I think I could find another way. That's it. I think I might just I don't I'm that's it if we have to depending on the vote results. But I would just do whatever we do with the stream, you would just have to verify with the ID. Yep, welcome to the new internet. But yeah, that would be a better solution. Because like I said, if you want to watch the stream, we're going to be know your customer, low key. But and it's not going to be a coin, just simple at the very least. Again, that's because that's the thing I want, verification. That's why I like the wallet. That's why I like the crypto. You know what I'm saying? Because it allowed the wallet, but then like there's so many ways to even manipulate it. That's what I've been learning. And after watching how one or two people could get in there and control it, and then they could swap it, and then it's such a grimy game, dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see, bro. We'll see. E. coli down. Yeah, it's one Chad who keeps buying it and dumping it. It's literally a crypto Chad who knows how to do everything. That's why he bought it right away. He bought like all of the supply, then he dumped it, and then he buys it back. Yeah, he's like rug pulling himself. Again, there's still liquidity in it, so all the money is just sitting there still. It's like you could still pull in and pull out, but it's a very, very weird dynamic. Who is it? I don't know. I know the wallet and I know their like email, I assume, but other than that, I mean, you don't really know who it is. That's the whole point. Someone at Bloomberg? No, that's what I'm saying. This ain't even Bloomberg shit, dude. This is next level fucking nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty nerdy and like I know how to bridge the gap. And dude, again, I bought fucking Bitcoin before I was talking smart contracts on YouTube before anybody. Like, I don't think, bro, the videos are still up there, man, on this channel. So that's why I was like, I'm familiar, but even then, bro, there's so much that it's like it's easy to just not know. Like there's a skill gap. So I don't even think Bloomberg got people like that. They probably got a couple, but again, it's next level shit. There's always someone better. No, but like there's like 1,000 people, not a million, a billion people. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's you versus like Cheeto fingers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and dude, I hit the gym so many times like in the last week. I can't compete with that. I really can't. Did you come up with the name E. coli? I did. I think I was the first person in the world to make a meme coin that revolved around E. coli. So, I'm glad to keep setting trends. I've been doing it my whole life. I hope you guys love the contribution I've given to the culture. So, God bless. God bless. My lady will thank me for those extra pumps. Nah, she getting hella suspicious. You know that? Because like I'm on a diet. I'm cutting. I'm lifting a lot. I'm even doing leg day. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, man. She's kind of nervous. She's like, why you keep doing that? That's it. She's like, maybe I have to start going to the gym now if I start getting too swole on her. Does the core have to do anything with the value of the coin? No, it's nothing. It's literally just it's a made up test token. So it doesn't, there's no value. It's not based on value. It's not marketed or advertised. It has no, it's not even related to finance. It's just literally a test token. Because like I said, I might want to launch one. So I did a test. And like I said, I wanted to see what was going to happen. You know, we had like 200 Chads involved who got to participate. People made money on it. But at the end of the day, the whole purpose was just to see if we could get, like, again, how a network would operate. And again, I learned a lot of things very, very quickly. Leg day, dude. On my legs, dude, I'm messed up right now. With 20% of people that are not voting. How many people is that? That's like what? 120 people not voting? Why are you not voting? But look, Kamala, 8%. That's crazy. You may not be perfect, but what you see is what you get. I agree. I'd like to think that's good, but people don't really like that all the time now. But amen, man. At least I like it. I'm a big fan of that. I hope you all are the same. How many voting for Trump? 61 in 10 minutes of the poll. 328 votes, 8% for Kamala, 61% for Trump, 19% for I'm not voting, and then 12% for I'm not American, like actually. What's crazier, 20% not voting or 8% for Kamala? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So wait, why are you guys not voting? 8% like to troll. You think they no, we have a couple of people in the cult. I think they're good people. I don't know. I feel like the fact that they still hang around me, I feel like one day I'm going to get them cured, but they have severe TDS. So I don't even think it's trolling. Like I legitimately just some people are very like death to Trump clearly like so yeah, I think it is that's but there's still hope. Did I get that clip? Which one? Live in Massachusetts, no point. No, bro. I voted in California. That's what I'm saying. I think that's how it becomes a non-contested election. If everybody voted and all of the places you think are going to happen, if they even changed by 1 or 2 votes, that's it. That I'm telling you, it's actually very important. Oh, yeah, the clip of the audio. I thought there was one today. Yeah, we got to sample that. So I really think, though, that's the only way we don't get a contested election is if everybody really starts voting, then that way it could run the count up a lot higher and quicker before, there would be no question. So I don't know. You love me, Josh, but growing up in the Northeast, you've seen New York con men before. So you think I'm a con man from New York? I'm from California, man. But, I guess so. I'm playing the long con for the last 5 years of free YouTube, man. But appreciate you. I like AWK. That's a good water stock, but they're all at all-time highs. Oh, you think Trump is? Oh, I don't think Trump is I don't know. I mean, he's not my moral favorite. But you think he means Trump? See, that's the thing. I thought you were talking about me before Trump. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't get why. Like, you guys got to realize there's a lot of brainwashing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, has the guy, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't defend, you're going to get, this channel's already clapped too, but, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't want to stream on election night. Look at 20% of you. No, I'm not. So here's the deal. Until I do a poll that gets less than 10% of people saying I'm not voting, I'm not going to stream election night. That's it. You need to go out and vote. I'm not even going to be live. You guys could go watch some other people. That's it. I'm going to go sleep. Get some rest. Old clips from the 80s show Trump is genuine. No, I agree, man. I don't know. Like, it's just kind of weird. Like, I've seen just, I never viewed him in that, like, ultra negative bias. I definitely could see the unsavory things, but, like, I don't know, man. I've seen way more ESG con men than Donald Trump. Like, let's be real. We've watched fucking Raphael Bostic. I don't like the con men that wear like, you are scared of the con men who wear a suit. I'm scared of the con men who smile at you and change definitions and make it seem as if the lightness is dark and darkness is light. That's what I'm telling you, bro. Literally, yeah, Fed Clarice. You have people at the Fed who are way more conny than Trump. That's why I'm like, I don't know, man. You tell me. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's wild the assessment we give, but, like, dude, you see real con men right in front of you sometimes, but it's wild that we give Trump such a, I don't know. Trump is like LeBron. You just don't. The guy can't get a break. Is it because he's so good he has to win 10 rings, or that's it? And again, it sucks though, because I do, right when I say that out loud, I'm already like, again, I mean, he's not like, the best. He's not like he's a Christian moral figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all of them, they're all terrible. They all got weird sex stuff. Trump had Stormy. He had hookers. So they all do. Every single one. Bro, they used to bring hookers to the White House. Y'all don't understand it. RFK had like 5 different wives. You're like, oh, bro, Tim Walz. Oh, dude, don't even get me started on Tim. I can't even see. I could tell you the Trump and RFK ones. If I say the other ones, I'll get banned. See, that's the problem. That is the problem. But like I'm saying, like, you could, dude, morally they're all bankrupt, and I guess that's fine. It's a dirty game, but not really. So and I don't know. No one's better. I'm no better. I don't think anybody else is gonna get in. Like, maybe one day we'll have our Jesus of politics. It'll be a non-weirdo who didn't do any drugs or anything, and may just worked on a farm his whole life. You know what I'm saying? But until then, man, I don't think anybody is in the moral in politics, but it is a matter of, like, everything else. Like, I could just tell, like, some people like have a habit of lying to your face and then going against your interest, and some, are a little bit more genuine, more or less. So, I don't know. You're here? Yeah, it's Halloween. Oh, shit, we've been here for an hour and a half? Oh, man. Obama, are you just, like, trying to get me banned? That's what I'm saying, and that's scary and sad. I don't think you guys realize it. It's really weird, man. But, yeah, I mean, the one thing do you know Obama has, like, he dropped more bombs on the Middle East than, like, most presidents? Like, Obama in a drone, dude, is better than any of you at Call of Duty. This is not brought to you by Black Ops 6, but if it was, I would have had Obama with the kill streak, because what that man did to the Middle East, and we were too busy looking at everything else. Like, nobody gave a shit for some reason, bro. So, yeah. But on that note, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Talking about Obama. I don't know how that's going to fare, but I love you. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed your time. Get ready for tomorrow. I want to see you in the morning, baby. Bright and early, 1 hour before the bell, okay? We're going to get there earlier, okay? Okay, we're going to get there earlier because of the non-farms. But Chattadonia, I love you all. You have a great night rest, okay? When that little head hit that pillow, you know what I'm saying? Hit the pillow, bro. it hit the pillow. And you just realize you blessed, baby. Realize you blessed, okay? Wake up and drive too. But I love you. Enjoy it. Finger to the sky, baby. Don't ever forget. Have a good evening and Horna.